Oh, wonderful. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the stream. I hope we're all doing well today. Yoro has been the main man in the news the last few days, but it's now time to move on to some other names to be talking about. We've had our first big here we go with the summer following Joshua Zirkzee. Our statement signing is done. I wonder who is next. Good morning, Olakatan. Hope we're doing well, mate. How are we all doing, everybody? How are we all doing? Let me know in the chat down below. It is a warm day in Britain today. It is a warm day. Let me know how we're all doing. Let me know. Let me know. We're talking about so many players today. Manuel Ugarte. We're talking about... Who else are we talking about today? Oh, I know. Adrien Rabiot, as well as so many other outgoings. Good morning, Adam. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Everything's showing up. Good. Give it one more minute. Let some more people filter through. Lots of news to be talking about today. We've had that big, massive Yoro news, and now seemingly everything is following after that. Honestly, there's so much to be getting into. So many outgoings, it feels like. Yoro, this is WY. The Yoro news is never stopping by the looks of it. Good morning, Kyle. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good morning, Sonny Milan. Good morning to you all. Hope it's a blessed day. I hope everyone here has the most wonderful today. Let's get into the stream. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MPB Morning Show. I'm your host, Alex, at Alex Talks All. And yesterday didn't feel real at times as we got the Yoro to Manchester United. Here we go. But it's time to move on to other business, and Manchester United know that full too well. It's not time to rest on our laurels. It's time to get straight back into the transfer market, make some deals, some wheeling and dealing, and let's look at the names we're talking about today. Manuel Ugarte, Adrien Rabiot, Ivan Toney, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Scott McTominay, Victor Lindelof, and also Matthijs de Ligt. They'll all be discussed today, and if you're excited for all of that, please hit the like button and get involved with the channel. Hit the subscribe button, and as always, get involved in the chat down below. It is a family, it is a community here on the MPB Morning Show. Good morning, Adam. Again, good morning, Alex. Hope you're doing well, mate. I did say we'd get Yoro. Yeah, Midas, you predicted it, mate. Me and you. We backed it together, being greedy, but what's next, lol? Well, let's tell what's next. We're going to be kicking off with the latest Manchester United news with Manuel Ugarte, a player we've been constantly linked to throughout the transfer window, and it's sort of picking up that little bit more. Last night, after all the dust settled with the Yoro news, we hear from Tanzaloic that Manchester United are expected to submit a new offer for Manuel Ugarte in the coming days. Very much seems that we've just had a bit of a shift at the moment. It's a huge shift. We've gone from Yoro, focusing on that. Attention is turned right to Yoro. Let's look at the source. So Tanzaloic is a French source. He's very good with French clubs, French players, and obviously Manuel Ugarte plays for Paris Saint-Germain. So I am really trusting this source. I'm trusting this source. I know he was quite pessimistic about the Yoro to Manchester United deal at times, but Tanzaloic is an excellent reporter. And you know what? I don't think anyone really knew what was going on with the Yoro deal. He made his decision, Tuesday night? 2 nights ago. No one had a clue till he was on the plane and had already arrived in Manchester. So to be honest with you, I don't exactly blame Tanzaloic for being wrong in that regard. Let's look at the source in a little bit more detail. No, the report in a little bit more detail. A new offer. So I'll speak about a Ben Jacobs report. He was on the MPB channel yesterday. If you haven't seen that already, check it out. My boy Neil, who's done a fantastic interview with him. He spoke about, let me find it. PSG sources are adamant that more than one verbal offer has been made by Manchester United for Manuel Ugarte. United sources have always been insistent that they haven't placed any formal offer. Chat, play spot the difference with me. Play spot the difference. The obvious difference there is verbal offer versus formal offer. That's a huge distinction there. Manchester United, I think, have been scary and wary of putting in any formal bid because I don't think we have the funds for it yet. We haven't sold Casemiro. We're being linked with a move away for Scott McTominay. There's been no big midfielder sale yet. That hasn't happened. So we've been giving them loads of verbal offers, which PSG is saying has happened. And I think both sides of the story are true. I say we haven't put in a formal offer, but they haven't said no to putting in any verbal offers. And to me, what we're doing is we're sounding PSG out. As we're getting more of an idea of what our budget's like, and PSG are at the moment bringing in João Neves, that's happening. I'm sorry, chat, you lot adore João Neves, but realistically, chat, I don't see it happening with PSG scouting him out at the moment. So they'll be looking to generate funds to get that deal over the line and to balance finances. So I think we're playing the waiting game, waiting for PSG to lower their price, waiting for us to get funds. That's the Manuel Ugarte situation at the moment, chat. How do we feel about that? How do we feel? Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United, is that a deal you're interested in? To me, I have my own very quite different thoughts. So I think the rest of you, let me know. Manuel Ugarte to Manchester United, a good deal or no? There's over 80 of you in the stream right now. I want to see a load of good, not good, maybe could be quite good, or you're going to wait and see. Let me know. Good morning, ZM. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you're doing well. Andre, I believed so much when it came to Lenny Yoro deal, mate. So much. Bocco, the MC, says we should go for João Neves. That's not happening, mate. I'm really sorry, brother. That's not happening. PSG are really looking at him. Every Portuguese source is saying, nope, we've not got really a chance anymore. He only wants Paris Saint-Germain. That is what the news is coming out. So it's a bit of a shame. How can PSG both afford Osimhen and Neves? By selling people like Ugarte. By getting wages like Kylian Mbappe's off the books, they can balance it. They're also financed by this gorgeous thing known as the oil. So they're all sorted there. Half and half don't mind the signing. I don't mind it if it's a loan. A loan is really, really, really important there. We really deserve this as Alex King. Business being done properly. Chat, we're moving mad, aren't we, at the moment? Manchester United are moving. How about Rabiot, says Bocco, the MC? We're talking about Rabiot next, my friend. Give me a minute, we'll be talking about Rabiot in detail. If Ben Jacobs right, outgoings are vital now, they're huge. We need to get outgoings out the door as quick as possible. We've just brought in Lenny Yoro, who was seen as a unique market opportunity. We didn't have the funds really to cover that, so I think that's why Scott McTominay is being moved on, or it looks to be the case. I think at the moment with PSG and United, it's a game of chicken. Both sides, I think, are expecting the deal to come to around 38, 40 million pounds. That seems to be what's seen as fair by both sides. And I think it's which case it's going to go to. Is it going to go as low as 35? Is it going to go as high as 40? If PSG speak to United first, it'll go to 40 million. If United speak first, it'll be 35. So look, it's a game of chicken at the moment, chat. It's a game of chicken. Are we signing Rabiot? Mate, give me a second. We're talking about Ugarte first, brother. Talking about Ugarte. Jonathan Ball, good for me. His defensive profile offers protection that Casemiro doesn't. I disagree with that, Jonathan, mate. I disagree. I think off the ball, Casemiro and Ugarte share quite a lot of similarities, mate. There's quite a lot of similarities. Cubis, welcome back to the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Yoro wanted Madrid only. Xerxes wanted AC Milan and to stay in Italy only. And look where they ended up. We're Manchester United. That phrase, which is built upon by Sir Alex Ferguson, the Cantonars, the class of 92, the Cristiano Ronaldos, the Ruud van Nistelrooys of this world, the Michael Owens when he came here, the Verons when he came here. All these big boys abandoned their big clubs to come play for Manchester United. Boys, oh, it's close. I'm so happy we're Manchester United still works. Didn't think it would when we're in the Europa League, going through a very dysfunctional time and having a manager who no one really knows we can trust, but it still works and I bloody love it, chat. When is your announcement, mate? Today. I don't know for certain, but everything signals today. Sell Bruno's contract soon expiring, move Kobe to Cam and buy Neves or to 10. No, Zidane, mate, no. Putting Kobe Mainoo with the 10 is an awful idea. He's the most perfect 8 in the world. I do not fancy restricting him to only the 18-yard box. But chat, I have some thoughts and feelings on Manuel Ugarte. I'm going to run them by you and I want to hear what you think. What do you think our biggest issue was last year, structurally, chat? What do you think? No, don't add Owen. I'm adding Owen because he was did he come through Liverpool's academy? Or am I making that up? Because Liverpool lad when we were young, he's won a Ballon d'Or there, was one of the best players in the world there, still came to Manchester United. That's what we're Manchester United really means, abandoning all your ethics, abandoning all your loyalties, abandoning all previous thoughts, because the biggest club in the world wants you. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. But our biggest issue personally last year was the fact that our midfield had a gap in it the size of the Milky Way at times. It was huge. Casemiro was expected to cover a huge amount of ground. It was massive every single time. Every single time. From the first game against Wolves, where we were dominated, we somehow got away with the lucky 1-0 win. But the defence was dropping so deep, while the forward line was pressing so high up, and it just meant our side was so stretched to the point of snapping. And so many times that year, it did get snapped. So many memes, so many thread posts were posted. Even Jamie Carragher highlighted it on Monday Night Football, just putting it on the screen and going, look at that huge, massive midfield gap. What are we supposed to do about that? It was ridiculous. At no point last year did Erik ten Hag ever seek to fix the issue. He never sought to fix it. He always trusted Casemiro, and for the longest time I thought, you know what, no. Maybe Erik ten Hag doesn't know how to fix the problem. Maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, you're not saying the gap between defence and midfield. It's more defence and the front line, which meant the midfield had to stretch so far. Dan Mazungu said there's a gap in midfield because the defensive line didn't push high enough. It has nothing to do with the midfield. Hear me out for a second. Hear me out. But that's the thing. It was the gap in the midfield because the midfield was so stretched. I'm not saying it's the midfield's fault. I'm saying the gap was in midfield or the middle of the pitch, because at times we didn't have a structured midfield last season. It just didn't exist at Manchester United Football Club. We didn't have it. Our biggest problem is that none of United players are comfortable keeping the ball. They get rid of the ball as soon as they get it and expect our wingers to chase the long ball. Mate, that is Cubas. I disagree, because I do think that was Erik ten Hag's philosophy part the way through the year. For the majority of the year, before Jason Wilcox came in and said, no, that's not how we want to play football. We want it to be controlled, possession-based football, calm it down a little bit. Then there was a change in the way we played football. That's how I saw it. I want to say biggest issue, I mean on the pitch, chat. I mean on the pitch. And for the longest time, I did think Erik ten Hag was just either too stubborn or didn't know how to fix it. Now I think Erik ten Hag expects his players to be able to cover that large amount of grass. That large gap in the middle of the pitch, he expects his players to look after, to fix, and to cover on their own, which sounds mad to me. It sounds mad. L2.3 TV, give me a second, mate. I'll get back to you. I think him targeting Manuel Ugarte proves that. Casemiro, in his prime, was a physical monster. He's one of the few players in world football who I would say, yeah, at one point in time, could cover that part of the pitch. He could cover that part of the pitch. That's what I think he could do. But now he's all frail, now he's all old, he can't do that anymore. But Manuel Ugarte is seen probably by Erik ten Hag as this Duracell bunny. That's one of his biggest things. He's high energy, high octane pressure, always constantly getting up on you. Imagine Fred with an extra battery and a little bit more height. The problem is, Ugarte can't do that role. He can't cover that much of the pitch because he's too reckless, he's too rash. Again, my biggest issue with Manuel Ugarte is his inability to stay disciplined. I know, he wins a high amount of he gets into a lot of duels. He gets involved often. Adam Calvert says, we lacked the ump. Mate, bloody hell. Manuel Ugarte brings the ump. He brings ump in at plenty and more. My issue is he can't do it consistently. He will over egg himself 2 times. He's too eager off the ball, and I think it will actually make our problems worse. We need a disciplined player, someone to sit deep and to make the right calls at the right times. I don't see Manuel Ugarte having the mind to do that. I did see it at Sporting. I haven't seen it at PSG all time this season. I don't want Manuel Ugarte at Manchester United whatsoever, and that's my reasoning. Because I don't think he's disciplined enough. I think, especially in this high-octane sort of fluid system Erik ten Hag wants to play, you need discipline across the park. So like Kobbie Mainoo's done so well. So Alessandro Martinez has done so well. Alejandro Garnacho has done so well. Diogo Dalot, they have positional discipline, and they know what to do, they know where to go, and they are intelligent. I don't see Manuel Ugarte having that. And that's just the truth. I think he is a competent squad player, and being brought in maybe on loan with an option to buy that is cheap, where he wouldn't be our starting 6 going forwards after next season. I think that can work. But for a long-term number 6 issue, he is not our fix. He's not our fix. Chat, do you disagree with me? Let me know, am I waffling out my arse, or do you think there's a little bit of logic to what I'm saying? Let me hear. So just to be clear, we signed Mount £60 million to sit on the bench. We signed Mount, now I think, to be the perfect rotation option with Kobbie Mainoo. Mason Mount, at his best, is a top player. I wouldn't go far to say world class. I wouldn't go that far. I'd say he's a top player who can play a role in any Champions League side. In any. I think he's that good. Any Champions League contender, he could be there. He's won a Champions League. He provided the assist in a Champions League final against Manchester City to Kai Havertz of all people. That man can play at the top level. So when it comes to Mason Mount, yeah, he's there. And he's not there to sit on the bench. He's there to work with Kobbie to push each other. Both of those two will make each other the best they can be. That's what I see with Mason Mount. That's what I see with Mason Mount. Carl Duncan says, Casemiro is not 22, he is 33. Casemiro cannot cover distance like that. That's my thing, Kyle. That's why I don't think Erik ten Hag changed the system last year. Because he didn't think his system was the issue. Spoiler, it is. His system can't work in my opinion. It won't work and can't work. He thinks it's a player issue, a profiling issue, an age issue with Casemiro, which is why I think he shifted him into centre-back before Amrabat, because he trusts Orr before putting Camboire there, because he didn't think Casemiro could play as a number 6 chap. I don't think he thought he could do it. I don't think backup of Bruno, Pandy, mate. Mason Mount is a backup to to Kobbie Mainoo. The backup to Bruno Fernandes, in my opinion, should be Joshua Zirkzee. Oh, you lot are going to love that take. De Ligt not being ruled out. Alex, we're talking about the centre-back situation at the very end of the stream. You don't want to miss that. You do not want to miss that. I've got a little bit of ideas about that. Just chatting trash to Sonny Milan. Why, mate? Why? I want to hear your thoughts. So just saying I'm chatting trash. Let me know. Why am I chatting trash? What's wrong with what I'm saying? Let me know. Mount Benchwarmer. Carl Duncan, the perfect player for us is engine and controller and good defensive positioning is the perfect player we need. Is that Ugarte though? Is that Ugarte? I'd agree with engine. He's not a controller and he does not have good defensive positioning. He is an eager beaver. He is far too eager for me. Far too eager. He's got the enthusiasm. I just don't think he's the long-term solution. Jonathan Ball, there's logic, but I saw a very disciplined player versus Brazil. Alone would be perfect to test that. Jonathan, you're right. Jonathan, I like that. Alone makes sense to me. Alone with an option to buy rather than obligation. I can get behind that deal. Chat, we do have even more centre-back updates coming soon. I'll be reading you out to those very soon. We've got to get through the midfield position. Talking about Adrien Rabiot next, as well as Scott McTominay. Can you get back to my question, mate? Yes, I will. Let me find it. Thanks for the update, mate. Did the medical go well and no injuries like we had that problem last year? No, medical went well. He signed the contract this morning, I believe, and then the announcement will be done in due course. Let's see what you lot are saying. Hello, Diversity. How are you doing? Love your channel from Kenya. Cheers for the support, mate. I really appreciate it. Why are you ranting? Because you just that you don't like the player. I don't love Ugarte's fit. I quite like the player. I don't like the fit in our system. That's my thing. Zubimendi is my choice, but I like Ugarte as he's an upgraded Fred, which is a profile we miss. See, I agree with that. Fred was a superb squad player, and Ugarte being a better Fred means he's a really good squad player. He's just not a long-term fix for the number 6. You know what? Let's do a poll, shall we? Let's do a poll. Let's hear what you lot are saying. Would you sign Manuel Ugarte? Manuel Ugarte as our starting 6 long-term. As our starting 6 long-term. If you don't want 6 here, it's a DM, a CDM. There you go, chat. Go crazy with it. Go crazy with it, chat. Go crazy. Zubimendi is an 8, not a 6. Haven't watched enough of him, to be honest. Haven't watched enough. Thank you so much for the news, legend. Appreciate it a lot from you. Cheers. No worries, brother. No worries. Simple idea, sell McTominay and Casemiro and go all out for João Neves. You know what? I just think it's too late. I don't think we can shift the players quick enough to get in João Neves. But that's enough for Ugarte. Let's see what you lot are saying about him on the poll. Let's very quickly speak about Adrien Rabiot, chat, and then we'll get into the centre-back situation. Then we'll talk about outgoings and how that's going to change the entire way we are operating this summer. Last few Ugarte opinions. John Marmon says, Ugarte role would be our first defender, a destroyer. Mainu and Bruno would do the creative role. So to me, he is a perfect fit. Yeah. Again, as a squad player, like 30 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago, bringing Ugarte on because he's a good enough ball carrier. He's good enough on the ball. Like, to me, that's what Ugarte brings, and it's a perfect sort of addition later on in games to bring that burst of energy. We need physicality in midfield. Definitely take Rabiot, says Jay Walsh. Let's talk about Adrien Rabiot, shall we? Let's have a little discussion about him. Let's have a little discussion. The man, the mama's boy himself, the man with the greediest mother on planet Earth, Adrien Rabiot. Where's the report? Fabrizio Romano said yesterday, barring a sort of unexpected turn of events, a near impossible turn of events, Adrien Rabiot would be leaving Juventus this summer in a deal that's almost been sort of teased for years now. Almost like, not Nicholas Gayton-esque, not Wesley Sneijder-esque, but it's close. Adrien Rabiot may finally be getting his move to Manchester United Football Club. Let's talk about it. Before I do that, chat, if you're enjoying the stream so far, please smash the like button. It really helps the algorithm. And guys, we are aiming for 6,000 subs in the month of July. If we can hit that, that would mean the world to me. So get involved, get supporting the channel. With the fastest growing community in the Manchester United fan base, your support means the world to me. But Adrien Rabiot, let's talk. Let's talk. Adela Bluma, who I believe is a French source, if I'm not mistaken, says Adrien Rabiot's dream transfer is Manchester United. Rabiot is currently a free agent. Chat. First opinions, first thoughts. Would you take Adrien Rabiot at Manchester United Football Club? First thoughts. First thoughts. Remember, he's on a free transfer, but the wages and the agent fee his mother will be demanding is going to be ridiculous, quite frankly. Chat, it's going to be absolutely ridiculous. Mark Elman says Rabiot is a no-go. He needs a signing fee and his mum also needs a fee and they want 250k a week. Yeah, no way. No way. We're paying Lenny Yoro 115k. We're paying Joshua Zirkzee, I think more like 90k, 80k, a little bit cheaper. But to a poll on Rabiot, I will, mate. I'm going to let the Ugarte one go out first. But chat, say we do sign Rabiot. There's over 115 of you in the stream right now. I want to see, if we sign Adrien Rabiot, what would you rate the signing out of 10? I want to see all of your opinions here. All of your opinions. Over 115 of you, get involved in the chat. I'll read everyone out. Get involved. Carl Duncan, Rabiot the player is very good. However, I don't think he fits the ethos of what Ineos are trying to do. Kyle, you're spot on. We want young players who are hungry. We want young players who are motivated. That's what we want. And I also think we don't want mercenaries. And Lenny Yoro, he's not a mercenary. He's not. He wants to be convinced of the project, and he was. Mark Elman Banks was a 5 out of 10. Sosa 7 out of 10. Alex King says 6. Justin says, what about Adam Wharton? No chance this summer. No chance. Next summer, keep an eye out for them. The only club I've heard interested in Adam Wharton are City. The only club looking at him. W. White is 7 out of 10. Wow. You lot really, I don't really want him as a player. I think if he comes in, Scott McTominay definitely leaves. And a little bit of a hot take for you lot. I'd rather have Scott McTominay than Adrien Rabiot. I'd rather have him 100 times out of 100. I think he's a much better player. Fits the ethos of the club, loves the club, wants to be here, is a perfect squad player, can get us goals consistently. Why wouldn't you want him? Zihad says 0 out of 10. I really hate him. He's a mercenary. I agree, mate. Rabiot doesn't fit the United summer blueprint. I agree. Unk says, hey, Alex Yoro hasn't signed right. Anyway, Rabiot is another Casemiro case. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think he has or is going to sign very, very soon. If I'm not mistaken, I'll check. But let me have a little look. God, there's a huge centre-back update I'm going to bring to you lot in a second. Don't go anywhere, chat. A massive centre-back update coming very, very, very soon. 3 out of 10 says to press needs. Tebster says Amberbat plus Ugarte on loan, then go and look for a proper 6 next summer. That's what I agree with, mate. Tebster, that is exactly my thought process. That's exactly my thought process. WY, we do need some experience brought in. Experience should not cost us £250,000 a week, mate. That's my issue. It's so expensive. It's so expensive. Casemiro's on £350,000 a week. Yeah, he is. Not worth that. Not even close to being worth that, mate. Not even close. Hardly at 6 out of 10. He would start the politics back again. I just don't think he makes sense. It doesn't make sense. He doesn't fit us. Go to Chelsea. Go to Spurs. Go somewhere else. I mean, Adrien Rabiot is expected to be offered to a host of top clubs in the Premier League on a free transfer. That's on Sky Sports Real. He's been excellent this summer, actually. He's been really, really good, bringing us lots of good updates throughout the year. I'm really enjoying him at the moment. Great journalist. And I do think he's right. I think United's name is as per being used again. I'd rather keep Casemiro. They're very different profiles, mate. Like, Rabiot's 8, Casemiro's a 6. I mean, I don't want either, to be honest. Rabiot would not solve our midfield problem. Remember, he snubbed us as Kigo. I would have taken him 2 years ago. He's a bit younger, a bit more energetic. When I felt he was a bit better, I think he's regressed in the last few years. But hey-ho. That's just for me. I could see United going left field for a centre mid. It wouldn't shock me. I think we get creative. I'd much rather sign Amrabat for £12 million. You know what? You don't disagree on me on the Ugarte on the Ugarte poll. Would you sign Manuel Ugarte as a starting 6 long term? 79% of you say yes to that, which to me is mental. That's absolutely mental, chat. Like, come on. That's insane. Oh, dear God. I'll do another poll here. I'm going to do another poll. Who would you rather have? Who would you rather sign? Sign/keep. It's going to be Scott McTominay. It's going to be... Oh, dear. It's going to be Rabiot. And then we're going to put Amrabat as well. Because... I don't know. I think it makes more sense. Amrabat. Do you want to spell his name? There you go. Chat, go crazy with it. Have fun. Chat, if you've not been involved on the stream once, say you've never commented before and you want to get involved more on the stream, here's a nice, easy baby step to take. Give that a vote. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the topic. I think we should go for Zuma. Mendy says, Sheik. I disagree, mate. We should have just got Onana. Sosa, my boy. Oh, I knew I liked you. Sosa, I knew I liked you. I knew we got along. Oh, I love you, mate. Oh, dear, it depresses me a little bit, the Onana thing. Depresses me a little bit. Kigo says, remember that Rabiot has been played up front at Juventus because they lack a cam. He is not going to help. Yeah, but he can play anywhere down the middle, really. He can play as a makeshift 6. He is an 8. That's what he is. He's a box-to-box, high engine. Very technically not limited, but sort of simple on the ball. A good enough footballer. But look, that's Adrien Rabiot for you. It's Adrien Rabiot. He's not going to blow you out the water. He will, at his best, give you a 6.5, 7 out of 10 most games, which is what you want as a backup 8, to be honest with you. It's what you want. 44% of you currently think that Amrabat is the one you'd want. 31% of you say Scott McTominay, and 25% of you say Rabiot. Chat, if you want that to change, if you disagree with that, get involved in the poll. It only helps the stream, pushes the algorithm more and more. Onana is average at best. Good God, you know what? We're going to move on from Onana. We can't have this again. Dan, I doubt he will play until the US leg of the tour. So who's that about? Yoro? Is that Yoro? Let me know. Why is there 2 McTominays in the poll? Rabiot is French McTominay. Zihan! Oh, I'll give you that, mate. I'll give you that. Last opinion I'm going to read out on this midfield topic. Before we go on to the breaking news, the centre-back topic, let's get into that in a second. Danny Tarr says, we need to be targeting players that aren't going to cause issues on or off the pitch. We have had enough drama already. The season is about getting their heads down, focus and move forward. Danny, I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. And you know what? Rabiot is usually quite a simple bloke to get along with. I've never heard any issues about him. His mother, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure she got in a scrap with Pogba and Griezmann's mum or something like that. That was a weird time to be alive, chat. It was a weird time to be alive. But shall we chat about the centre-back position, ladies and gentlemen? Rich Fay, a man who is very close to Carrington, very close to United, someone I trust quite consistently. I think he's great. He says Manchester United are not ruling out a move for Matthijs de Ligt even after reaching an agreement to sign Lenny Yoro. United will still look to bring in another centre-back in if possible. The move for de Ligt will now likely hinge on whether they will sell Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire or both this summer. Chat, I love that this news has come out. I heard about this yesterday. I couldn't tell you lot, but I did hear about it. I'm very happy I can talk about it now because I was told De Ligt, there's a good chance it still happens. What do you move one of Maguire, Lindelof, or both this summer? And look, one of them inevitably going to move on. We have even more information. Rich Faye says Lenny Yoro has been promised a level of playing time at Manchester United that he wouldn't have had guaranteed had he moved to Real Madrid. I think we sort of knew that already, though. We sort of knew that already. In every sense of the word, Lenny Yoro wanted Manchester United because we were a better fit for him at this point in time. And last sort of update from Rich Faye, Manchester United have grown more open to the idea of selling Harry Maguire. Chat, on that very little point, there's over 100 of you in the chat. Let me know, how much would you sell Harry Maguire for? Give me a fee. Give me a fee. I want to see at least 20, 25 people in the chat. I want to hear everyone getting involved. So I'm confused about what a lot of people see in Amrabat. So I see someone who is able to sit deep in a six, able to control the game in an excellent way of pass, an excellent eye for a pass, can sit as an anchor, really quite a progressive way of playing football, just a very decent six at his best. And I do think against City, he proved that he could be at his best. ZM says smash, likes, chat, get involved in the stream at 50 likes so far. We've been hitting 100 the last few streams. Maybe not today. Let's see if we can hit 75. We're 25 likes away. If you're enjoying the stream, let's see if we can hit it. Yoro has a good left foot, by the way, says Danny Tarr. I was speaking to someone. They say he can play left centre-back just as well as right centre-back, which intrigues me a little bit because I didn't love the way he plays diagonally from left to right, but hey-ho. 30 million says Danny Tarr, 20 mil even. Get them wages off. ZM, seriously? That low? 25 mil for Maguire. Maguire for no more than £35 million. He's worth at least 40, chat. He's worth at least 35 million, 40. Can't see 20 million him going for. 40 million to Sosa, that's more like it. 70 million pounds to Everton. Oh, I love laughing at Everton fans, chat. That's been the best part of my day the last few hours, like last 24 hours on Twitter, laughing at Everton fans. Mwah. Chef's kiss, chat. Chef's kiss. In today's market, the amount of money certain signings are going for, Kilman, £40 million, is at least 50 to 60. He's an FA Cup winner, a winner, and an England international regular. Dan Mazungu's coming with some fire takes today, my friend. Some superb takes. Maguire will want playing time as his England place will be under threat. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. How are you doing, Basnet? You doing good, mate? You're doing good. Talking about Harry Maguire's price at the moment, if you just joined the stream, get involved in that down in the chat down below. Maguire, 28 to £30 million. Jonathan Ball, I think a centre-back collective of De Ligt, Yoro, Martinez with Evans and Shaw as backup is comfortable for me. But if we play Shaw, we need that left-back. Buzzing with the Yoro news, so am I, mate. So am I. Sihan says, Maguire was one of our best players last season, surprisingly. I agree. No less than £35 million. That's a steal for a team in the lower half of the table. Perfect, mate. Perfect. Maguire for me, £35 million. No one was taking Maguire for 40 mil. West Ham. The Hammers would. The Hammers would. I hear Real Madrid's in the market for a centre-back, chat. I hear they're having a little sniff about because someone took their number one target. Someone who they thought no one else could be a match in the current market. I wonder who that was. Who did that, chat? Who stole Real Madrid's number one centre-back target? Oh wait. Manchester United, chat. Manchester United, the biggest club in world football. Sam Maguire to Newcastle. Very valid. I could see that happening. Eddie Howe loves the bloke. I can see that happening. Contract is only 2 years left. Yeah. Still think he's worth 40 million. Still think he's worth 40 million. Has Yoro signed yet? Says Steve Burke. Not yet, mate. Not yet. Not yet. But here's a poll. We're going to end the last one. 48% of you believe that Amrabat you'd rather sign/keep than Scott McTominay or Rabiot. 32% of you said Rabiot. 21% of you said Scott McTominay. That's a huge switch. That's why you get involved in the poll, everyone. That's why you get involved in the poll. The new poll is going to be, would you sell Maguire to sign Matthijs de Ligt? I think I know what this is going to be, but humour me, chat. Yes or no? Let me know in the chat down below. Let me know. Get involved in that poll. I think I already know what it's going to be, to be honest with you, but get involved. Get involved. Maguire would do bits at a lower team. He'd do bits for us. He'd do bits for us. He's a top centre-back. The problem is he probably still wants to start. He wants proper game time to make sure he can get in the World Cup squad in 2 years' time. And to be honest with you, it's fair enough. He's not going to get that game time now. Lenny Yoro, Matthijs de Ligt coming in. Even if we sell Victor Lindelof, Just makes a lot more sense. And if we sell Maguire, we sell Lindelof, I could see us making another bid at bantamweight as well, chat. I still can see him come. Maguire would be perfect for Serie A. Exactly, mate. Too bad their clubs are so poor. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, innit? Bit of a shame. I think it's more funny Yoro in Liverpool. Honestly, chat, it's hilarious. It's so funny. 91% of you at the moment are saying yes to Matthijs de Ligt to Manchester United if we sell Harry Maguire. At the moment, Matthijs de Ligt, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's an 80% chance that deal gets done. I see there's a good market for both Lindelof and Maguire. I think there's a good chance that Matthijs de Ligt signs for Manchester United this summer. Chat, how are you feeling about that? There's a lot of admirers of Matthijs de Ligt in this chat. There's a lot of admirers. Let me know. How would you be happy with that? I take the Donny deal for Lindelof. Lindelof is worth so much more. He's like 10, 15 million pounds. Not the 5 million pounds which Donny van der Beek's worth, mate. Very different. I think Maguire would be such an absolute beast in the Italian league. So much less transition there. It just suits it so much more. They love their physical centre-backs. Maguire is a physical monster. Danny Tarr says, our focus now needs to be offloading before we can discuss any more incomings. I believe Ineos aims to have at least 2 priority targets available for US Tour, which appears we will have now. There was always the aim, always the ambition, and as per, Ineos have delivered. They have so far delivered on everything they've asked. The best in class and the higher ups, Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox, Omar Barada, Christopher Ravel. Our structure is loaded. They're signing the best in class when it comes to our signings, transfer signings. Getting in Lenny Yoro, getting in Joshua Zirkzee, going after de Ligt, clearing out the Deadwood. Lindelof going to be going, and Wan-Bissaka linked with a move away. Matthijs de Ligt might be coming in very, very soon. Boys, it's going well. It's going well for Ineos. It's going well. Jonathan, I pressed Maguire by mistake. Oh dear, 95% of you are saying yes. You lot hate Maguire, don't you? Get involved, chat. Get involved. Let's see how high we can get that. Do you think they'll put in another bid for bantamweight before completing the de Ligt move? No. I think the priorities shifted. I think, you know what, we sell Lindelof. We get Matthijs de Ligt. If we sell Maguire, we'll make one last attempt at Javid bantamweight. That's what I think. Chat, we are 12 likes away from 70 likes. It would mean the world to me if we could hit that today. We're only 12 likes away. And as per, we're aiming for 6,000 subs on the channel. We're about 5,400 at the moment. 600 subs away. Every little bit helps. How are you doing, Tossin, mate? Hope you're doing well. 2 more signings. Are we ready for the season? Chat, before we discuss any outgoings, let's end this incoming segment by talking about how many more signings we need at Manchester United. Chat, there's over 100 of you in the stream right now. So many people have different thoughts, different opinions. How many more signings do we need at Manchester United Football Club? And as well as how many, let me know which positions. Not the players, because you lot could say João Neves, Jared Brandt, Matthijs de Ligt, and God knows Ivan Toney. That's not happening. Let me know which positions you think we need to bring in before the transfer window slams shut. Let me know. Personally, I don't hate Maguire. I don't either, mate. But a lot of people on this stream have differing opinions on him. Let's put it like that. Chat. Let's see. Any more news come out? No, not at the moment. Serious lack of news on Eriksen front. Hopefully we can get a suitable move for him. I'm happy with him staying. Let me know, chat, how many more signings do we need at this football club? Let me know. If we get a few in, I will tell. If we hit 65 likes in the next 3-4 minutes, I'll give you my opinion on how many players we need to bring in to this football club. Jonathan Ball says, if I could choose a centre-back, I'd take Colwell at Chelsea over Branthwaite. So would I. But we're not getting Levi Colwell. 2 very similar profiles, left-footed centre-backs who can play at left-back, top physical profiles. I say Colwell's mental profile is better. He's more assured, he's less raw. Okay, makes sense. No hate, just time to move on. Yeah, that makes sense. Andre, all positions not happening, brother. Not happening. 2 defenders and a DM, we move. Yeah, that's fair. I think, do we not need a forward player? Cuba saying, I started hating Maguire since his scandal in Greece, where he arrogantly said he's United's captain when he didn't earn it. Cubis, mate, the scandal in Greece never happened, brother. I don't think it ever happens. I think that was a lot of waffle. I think he had some abusive things said about his family. I think he reacted to it, mate. I think he reacted. Tiagi said 3 more CDM, centre-back, left-back and right-back. A player can play left-back and right-back, CDM and another centre-back, says Jonathan Ball. Isco says centre-back and CDM. Boys, we've got a former Spanish international in the chat today. Isco, welcome to the stream. Steve Burke says 3, centre-back, DM and left-back. Backup for sure because he never plays. I think we must sell Bruno, so we should buy João Neves to play alongside Casemiro and Amrabat. If we signed João Neves, I would play a midfield of Kobbie Mainoo, João Neves, and another number 6. That's what I do. That's what I do, chat. That's what I do. Breaking news on midfielders, do we? We got news? We do have news, ladies and gentlemen. Before I was going to move on to what incomings I'd call, we got told about a week ago, we'd make a decision on midfielders this week, and it's coming in at the moment. Just in from Michael Plant 82, he says Manchester United are hopeful of signing 2 midfielders this summer. United want to generate funds if they're to strengthen in midfield. It's hoped that can be achieved by selling Casemiro, Hannibal and Scott McTominay this summer. Chat, let me know, are you happy about that? To me, I'm over the moon. We need 2 midfielders. Of all the positions, can't speak, chat, can't speak, which are most pressing at the moment, we need to sign 2 midfielders, or at least 1 midfielder, more desperately than anywhere else. Talking about who I'd bring in, who I'd want at Manchester United this summer, before I get onto this a little bit more, I would bring in a left back and right back, probably Kadioglu, who can play both sides. I'd bring in another centre-back, at least 1, and I think it'd probably be De Ligt. And then I'd bring in 2 midfielders. So 4 more signings, I think. 4 more signings. So I think we're actually okay up front. If we sell Sancho, then yeah, we'll get another midfield. We'll get another forward. If we don't sell Sancho, it's not happening. It's not happening. But boys, we have breaking news on the midfielder front. This is quite huge, actually. Michael Plant, he's coming in saying Manchester United are considering the possibility of signing Adrien Rabiot on a free transfer. United view him as a low-cost option. Adrien Rabiot and low cost don't usually do very well together. It's Michael Plant, the source, Sosa. I don't know who he is. He works on Mac World UK. So he's obviously connected to United. I don't know much about him. I'd like to see some... I'm not calling him out as a bad journalist, not at all. I just don't know much about him. I'd love to see some corroboration on this before I'm getting too invested in it. But chat straight away, there's over 100 of you in the stream right now. Let me know, which 2 midfielders would you be bringing in to United this summer? Reasonable, chat. Be reasonable. Be reasonable. Please be reasonable. When it comes to Rabiot, I don't love the idea of him. If I'm being honest, I'd rather bring in Amrabat and have him as a 6. Yeah, he's not low cost. Sounds a lot like Glazonomics. It's not, Danny. It's not. We don't have the funds to go out and get João Neves this summer. Especially after signing Lenny Yoro. Especially when we're looking at Matthijs de Ligt. It makes no sense to bring in another top midfielder. We have to be smart. We have to be smart. I would love Fofana, who's going to AC Milan. But unfortunately, I think that's done. If I'm being honest with you. I think that's done and dusted to AC Milan. I don't want Rabiot, chat. I really don't want Rabiot. I'd rather keep Scott McTominay than Rabiot. I'd rather keep Scott McTominay. I don't know. I mean, we're going to end the poll. 88% of you would sell Maguire to sign Matthijs de Ligt. I'm not shocked. And the other 12%, I think, are misclicks, if I'm being honest. Ugarte, no Rabiot. If we're going to forward them outgoings, then Neves. We're not getting Neves, mate. We're not getting Neves. You lot told me no about Onana, I'll tell you no about Neves. You lot told me no about Onana, I'll tell you no about Neves. That's what we're doing here. Rabiot is what I meant by Glazonomics. It's a Glazer era signing. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of it, but it's not the Glazers in charge. If Ineos go for it, I'm going to trust them. In the same way, if we go for who? What was his name? If we go for Ugarte, I'm going to back them because they know more than me. I have my opinions. You all have your opinions. But I'm unlike a certain someone. I do believe that Dan Ashworth, Sergeant Ratcliffe, Christopher Ravel, Jason Wilcox, those guys all know more about football than me. At the end of the day, if they want Adrien Rabiot, I am going to trust them, but I'm going to be more harsh to judge. Chat. Justin's calling Rabiot Rabbit. We had a lot of slander names for Jared Brantwaite yesterday. Have we got any fun slander names for Adrien Rabiot? Let me know, chat. Let me know. Ugarte and Rabiot, I'm going to cry. Denver, I agree, mate. I agree. I'll be in tears. We don't need him. At the moment, our midfielders consist of, at the number 6, we have, not Ambat, we have Casemiro. That's it. We then have, who else do we have? We have Mason Mount, Kobbie Mainoo, Ericsson, who might go. We have Scott McTominay, who might go. Hannibal, who might go. Bruno Fernandes. Is that it, chat? Is that all the midfielders we have? Let me know. Is that all the midfielders we have? I'm trying to think if we have anyone else. Let me know, because in my opinion, at that depth, we do need 2 players, but Rabiot isn't a profile we need. I mean, Kyle Duncan says, I would really like Basuma, not going to lie. I don't think Spurs are selling. Spurs aren't selling. Ange loves him. Arvis V says, we definitely need De Ligt as he has experience at the top level and Yoro could be a good understudy. My only concern is De Ligt's pace for the Prem. He's not a player who's very good at defending wild channels. Wide channels? I can't speak today, chat. Collier says Cubis. I don't like Cubis. Sorry, cannot speak. I don't like Collier Cubis. I'm sorry, mate. I do like you, don't worry. Alex, you were sceptical about Yoro too. You think Madrid got him. I think United will get Neves. Yeah, I was. Okay, here's the next poll. Do you think United will sign João Neves? You lot were right last time about Yoro. Do you think João Neves will come to Manchester United? Let's see. I'm expecting this to be close, this poll. It's not, do you want João Neves? It's, do you think he will come to Manchester United Football Club? Let me know. Saudi transfer window only opened yesterday, so expect movement on Casemiro soon. A lot of people who I trust are telling me it's not going to really happen with Casemiro to the Saudi League. No one's really looking at him at the moment. It's a bit of a shame. Kobbie Mainoo, yes, Tosin, I know. Jonathan Walt, Mount, Hannibal, Casemiro, Bruno, Mainoo, Collier, Ericsson. I mean, Amrabat's necessary there personally. And another midfielder. Amrabat, we don't need another 8. Why are we getting Rabiot? Chat, it baffles me. I don't think we need another 8. Because if we do want to play Collier, he is a number 8. He's not a 6. He's a makeshift 6 at best. Michael Plant says it's likely that once the Lenny Yoro deal is complete, Manchester United will return their attention to midfield recruits. Yeah. That's right, Michael Plant. I think it's more common sense, if I'm being honest, from Michael Plant. I think it's more common sense. But look, I'd love to know. I'd love to see any more corroboration on that report. Love to see any more corroboration. Chat, stick with me, chat. Are we still trying to get bench weights, says Ahmed? I don't think so anymore. I think unless we sell both Maguire and Lindelof, I don't see us making a go at him. I don't. I think we do need an 8, to be fair. Without Mainoo, we don't really have options. Unless Mount can 8. Mount is a number 8. Collier is a number 8. We've got Joshua Zirkzee, who to me is backup for Bruno Fernandes, meaning we have a lot more depth than we realise. I think Ahmad can play as an 8 as well. Ahmad to me is a top number 8. Playing on the right-hand side, the angles work perfectly for him. He loves those zones. He loves the half space. As long as you have either Zirkzee or Højlund up front, I don't think you could do Ahmad as an 8 and Rashford up front, for example. I do think one of Zirkzee or Højlund's enough physicality in the side. But look, I think number 8 was sorted. I think we're sorting the number 8. Zirkzee was AC Milan bound. Yoro was Madrid bound and Neves is PSG bound. Have some faith. This is the Theatre of Dreams. I always have faith. This chat will tell you I am one of the most hopeful blokes in this chat. I'm very, very, very optimistic. Have probably too much faith at times. Probably a bit too idealistic. But I don't think we're getting João Neves. I would love to be proved wrong. As usual, my favourite thing in football is being proven wrong. It's my favourite thing. It's my favourite thing. I forgot McTominay long. Exactly. He's back up to both Bruno and Manu. So it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to me. I have a feeling Sancho will sign this season, says Ahmed. I mean, I think he might still be going, mate. I think Juve is still sniffing about because they're selling Sule soon. They're selling Sule soon. Danny Tarr says, United have followed Neves for a while now. I don't see them letting him go to a PSG so easily. I can see something developing, even if we can't afford it just for now. The only thing we can do with João Neves is tell him to wait. It's the only thing we can do. It's the only thing we can do, chat. It's the only thing we can do. Kugo says, let's not rush with signing players all at once. I know Neves would help us, but we are not in a position to get him at the moment. Too expensive. We stick with Amrabat or McTominay at the moment. I would sell Scott to fund Neves. I would. And he has a unique profile. And the thing with Scott McTominay is you need these squad players in the side. Scott wants reassurances over minutes. I still think he would be happy being a rotation piece. I still think he would. Playing in the Carabao Cup, playing in the FA Cup, being brought on the 60th, 70th minute to make a difference. That's what he would love. One of his favourite ever managers was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That was him. So, look. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made a career of being a sub, making his late impacts, being loved by the fans. Scott loves the United fans. We love them back. Old Trafford adores Scott McTominay. So does the away fans. I don't think there's any real reason for him to move at the moment. There's no real reason. I thought Benfica wanted 120 million. They want 70 million euros now. They've dropped their price massively, which does make me think if we get Scott out of the way quick enough, we could make a move. We could. But it's very doubtful. I'm very doubtful about it, chat. I'm very doubtful. Toby Collier. He'll get minutes this season. I don't think he's great, is the problem. I don't think he's great. I think there's money left for Ugarte and De Ligt. I think there's money left for Ugarte, maybe. But I think we need to move some people on. We need to move some people on, chat. Need to move them on. Let me check to make sure there's any news going to come out. Chat, stick with me. We're talking about some more players very, very, very soon. I mean, we've just heard from Manchester United aims to confirm the signing of Lenny Yoro today. Says Disco Mirror. I expect Lenny Yoro's announcement to come anytime soon. Anytime soon, I expect it. I'm expecting it very, very soon, to be honest. And chat, also on the mufcMPB channel today, we've got Graham Bailey and Anil Condola doing an interview. That's being released at 1:30. Subscribe to the channel so you never miss a stream from me or an interview from Anil himself. We love all the support being shown so far. And chat, make sure you subscribe because next week I have a very special guest joining me on stream. You don't want to be missing that. Sean, welcome back to the stream. Haven't seen you for a bit, my mate. He says, mark my words, Lindelof and Casemiro will leave. We'll sign De Ligt, and once PSG agree with Viva Neves, then Papa Jorge Mendes will bring the deal to us, and he'll be our third hijack of the summer. I mean, no. Sean, I'd love it. That's a pipe dream to me. It's a fantasy. At the moment, 64% of you agree with me, saying João Neves, you don't think he will be coming to Manchester United this summer. Chat, with 2 likes away from 75 likes on the stream. If you're enjoying the stream so far and you want to show your support, it would mean the world to me if you smash the like button. It would mean the world. It would mean the world. If the club offered us £200 million for Kobe, would you sell? No. Kobe is priceless. There's not a profile like him in the world. He's invaluable. Chat, it's an excellent question to ask you lot. Speaking about midfielders, speaking about outgoings, generating funds, say if Real Madrid came to us, £200 million, Kobe Manu. Would you say yes? Would you say yes? Fulham don't respect. £17 million is an insult. I agree, mate. I agree. Let's look at that, shall we? Let's look at that. Let's look at that offer. I think it's so disrespectful. Fulham's first rejected offer for Scott McTominay was worth around £17 million. They're weighing up a second bid. Chat, how much would you be asking for Scott McTominay? To me, Same as Maguire, £35 million. That is what he is worth. He is a full Scotland international. He is an invaluable source of goals. Say what you want about his build-up play. Say what you want about him off the ball. That man scores goals. He raises your physical floor. He's an excellent box defender. He gets you that defensive. He gives you that effort 100% of the time. He is what you want. Let me know. What are you thinking about Scott McTominay? Spot on, Alex. God, chat. I can't speak today. I don't know what's gone wrong with me. Chat. They can have a merry Yoro day and get out. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Corby is priceless. For everything else, that's MasterCard. Oh, dear, mate. I like it. Scott 50. Look at what other teams are selling players for, and teams that have achieved nothing. They're selling their players for so much more. Scott McTominay is not worth £50 million. 40, 45, I get it. 35 for Scott says we are bettest players. Isco, 35, 40 million pounds for Scott. Yeah, I think it's fair enough. Jesus, Newcastle fans think Sean Longstaff is worth £50 million, but no one ever signed him. There's a reason why he's not worth £50 million. He's worth 30 and no one wanted to buy him for that either. Chat, Scott McTominay is worth £40 million. Scott McTominay is worth 40 million. You'd sell for £200 million as Unk. Future captain, future leader, future Ballon d'Or winner, Kobbie Mainoo. Maybe the Ballon d'Or was a bit excessive, but you never know. We could use that money to sign Neves and a DM. If we sell Casemiro and Scott McTominay in the next week for £80 million, yeah, keep an eye on Neves. You've got to sell them both for a combined fee of 80 million. That's what you have to do, and I don't think that's happening in the next week. I think if we were going to sign Neves this window, it's going to happen later on and not so soon. That's my issue. We rejected £30 million last season, right? Yeah. Oh, pardon me. Possible, you're right. It was West Ham who put that bid in, who are interested in Scott McTominay again, apparently. Let's read that out. The Times said West Ham are interested in Scott McTominay. Chat, do you know what that is? That is us using West Ham's name. We spoke to them concretely about Al Wan-Bissaka, ex-West Ham United employee. He's a top in the know for West Ham. He is the Muppeteers equivalent for them. He put out a report. I don't know if I have it. Let me see if I can find it. Don't think I have it. I don't have it, unfortunately. He put out a report saying, yeah, they're interested. They're seriously considering a deal for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, going up to nearly £20 million. That was confirmed by TalkSport, saying they are in advanced talks with West Ham United over a move for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And I believe, someone's like he's £20 million or something like that. That's the sort of fee Aaron Wan-Bissaka is going to go for, chat. Let me know if you think that is fair in the chat down below. But during those talks, probably the beginning of those talks, they were like, oh, you were interested in Scott McTominay last year, weren't you, West Ham? Weren't you, Sullivan? You liked them. You liked the idea of that. So did you, Mr. Lopetegui. I know David Moyes wanted him, but you might want him as well. And you know what? West Ham probably said yes. But the word interested is so important in these reports. You've always got to look closely at them. And to me, when I read that report, when I read that they're only interested in Scott McTominay, I don't really trust it that much. I don't trust it. I see it as us using West Ham's name, trying to draw them in, trying to get Fulham to pay up a little bit more to raise their, quite frankly, insulting bid of £17 million and get it up to 35-40 million, which they can afford now that they've sold João Palhinha. Never same agent as Yoro. Yes, but we saw how Jorge Mendes wanted to get him to Real Madrid, and only when Yoro decided himself, moved to Manchester United. But look, it makes sense. Makes sense about Jorge Mendes. I could see him trying to push it. I could see him. We can see, but I don't trust him. I don't trust Mendes at all. Don't trust him at all. And he's a leader. Chat, intangibles are so important. We've got rid of Rafael Varane. We're trying to get rid of Casemiro. At the moment, we need leaders. Scott McTominay is known to be excellent with youth players. He's in Covington often. He talks to young players often about their pathway, about how they're doing, about how to improve. Not really on the ball or how they're off the ball, but as a person, as a Manchester United player, and what that means to people. So to me, when it comes to Scott McTominay, I think he's that important. He's great mates with Højlund, who needs all the leadership figures he can in his life. That boy needs some mentorship. I love him. He's still a kid. He's still a kid. And I love him for it. But he's going to be great with Shea Lacey. He's going to be great with Toby Collier coming through. He's going to be great with the Javier Mas coming through. We always speak about the importance of young players coming through. And what that means, you need people to guide them. It's why I would keep Harry Maguire to guide Lenny Yoro through a really tough period, which is going to be going through at Manchester United. It's so important for these young players to have the right guiding figures. And losing out Scott McTominay to Fulham for £40 million, I'd keep him. If we get him out to bring Rabiot in, it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. Would you take £200 million for Kobbie Mainoo if it meant United are getting Neves plus Guimaraes using that money? Chat, there is over 100 of you in the stream right now. I'm not putting that in a poll because I'm not writing all that out, but I want to see yeses and nos. I want over 20, 25, 30 of them. Get involved in the chat. Would you take £200 million for Kobbie Mainoo if that meant you can invest and get both João, Neves and Bruno Guimaraes? Let me know in the chat down below. Let me know. If we get there, look, I'll tell you what I think. What about Frimpong since Masaka is leaving? No. I don't want Jeremy Frimpong. Unless you get Kadioglu as well, no. Jeremy Frimpong doesn't fit what I want in this football club. He's not a backup right back because he's not a right back. He's not. He's a winger. He's a right wing back. He's a right winger. I would take Frimpong if we got De Ligt and Banthwaite and Lenny Yoro. That to me would make sense. Facts, Alex. We need leaders and a bit of experience. De Ligt and Tony will be great for our spine. Exactly, mate. So right. You're so right. No says no again. Arthur Morgan says no. Capital no says Sonny Milan. Ahmed, give us £250 million then yes. Jen says no. Jonathan Ball says no. ZM realistically yes. Man Unitedly no. Danny Ty says big fat no. Balaam says no. Yeah, guys, I agree. Kobbie Mainoo is better than Guimaraes. He is better than João Neves. His profile is invaluable. He's what? 18, 19 years old. The boy is younger than me. Look at me. Look at Kobbie Mainoo. I'm older than him. Mental. Absolutely mental. And he is honestly one of the few players I can say is getting better with every single game. Dalot over Frimpong easily. I take Kadioglu over Frimpong. The more I watch him, the more I see so much versatility, so much ability to change the way we play. Frimpong limits the way we play. That's the way I see it. Kadioglu gives us more diverse options of playing. Play how we usually play with inverted fullbacks more, play with a right winger more. He's back up there. Say we sell Sancho, want to get another midfielder. Kadioglu can play right wing, happily. So to me, it makes sense. It makes sense. Kadioglu over Frimpong. That is what I would go with. No get Coyote. I've never watched him. Is he from Napoli? He's from the Serie A, no? Or am I making that up? Chat 2 more minutes and I will end the stream. Any last opinions on that wild Kobbie Mainoo take? Let me know down below. Chat has been absolutely wonderful today. We are 6 likes away from 90 likes. If you've been in the stream so far, haven't given us a like, what are you doing? If you're joining us right now and you want to support the channel, please, it would mean the world to me to get involved. As per, we are aiming for 6,000 subs in the month of July. It would mean the world to me if we can hit it in the next few weeks. As per, get involved with me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Alex Talksall. Get involved there. I've got videos on everything and posts. And as per, follow mufcMPB on Twitter to never miss a piece of United news. Last opinions we're going to hear from you. Get Frimpong as backup for Dalot. Kid's got pace. Kid can't defend. That's the issue. Adrien Rabiot, no. We've got some slander name now, chat. We've got a slander name for Adrien Rabiot. Oh dear. Kadioglu and Amrabat are must-buys. I agree. Kadioglu's... Ahmed says, Alex, who do you think will be top 6 this season? You know what? We'll end it on that. This season, to end the stream, I think we'll go... I reckon... You know what? I reckon Arsenal go top. City seconds. Chelsea 4th. Chelsea 3rd, sorry. United 4th. Yeah, I think United come 4th, chat. I think Villa 5th. And Spurs 6th. And Spurs and Villa, interchangeable there. That's what I'd go with. That's what I'd go with, to be honest with you. But it just depends what dealings Arsenal and City do. I think those two are sort of dead set, the top two again. I can't really see. Arsenal need a striker. Arsenal probably need another centre-back. City needs some improvements here and there. That's what I'd go with. That's what I'd go with. The chat, that is the Chelsea go with an unproven manager. I think Chelsea are... God, you lot are shocked at that. We're finishing above Chelsea. What are you smoking? Pass it to me. Chelsea's squad is incredible. They've got a ridiculous depth everywhere. They're going to get Enzo Fernandez money. They're going to move him on after what's all happened there. And I think their manager's quite good. And I think we're not going to have a proper midfield next season. I think Chelsea's midfield is Romeo Latvia, Caicedo. God, if Enzo Fernandez plays, he plays there, but so many other players can play there for them. They've got wingers upon wingers, new setup upon new setup. Their backline is top. They're sorted for next season. Look, maybe Maresca flops. I don't think he will. But chat, thank you so much for joining me on this Manchester United stream on the MPB Morning Show. My name is Alex at Alex Talksall. I'm here with you every single day at 11 a.m. bringing you the latest and greatest United news. Get involved in the chat down below. Thanks for coming along. Hit the subscribe button. Smash that like button if you haven't already. I'll see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Cheers for joining me, boys. See you tomorrow.